पुत्रग्नि योनि व्यापक with special reference to recurrent abortion. रक्षद्यात् वायुर्यदा गर्भं जातं जातं विनाशयेत् तुष्ट शोणितजम नार्या पुत्रग्नि नाम सा मता। चरक के अनुसार वायु अपने रूक्ष गुण के कारण उत्पन्न हुए गर्भ को अर्थात वायबल गर्भ को विनाश कर देती है। दुष्ट शोणितजम नार्या, ऐसा उन नारियों के साथ होता है जिनका शोणित जो है वो दुष्ट रहता है, अर्थात उसमें कोई ना कोई इम्प्योरिटीज होती हैं। ऐसे योनि व्यापक को पुत्रग्नि योनि व्यापक का नाम दिया गया है। ये वातज व्याधि है। अकॉर्डिंग टू सुश्रुत, स्थितम स्थितम हंति गर्भम पुत्रग्नि रक्त संस्रवात चतुस्रपि चाद्यासु पित्त लिंगोक्षयो भवेत। अकॉर्डिंग टू सुश्रुत, यह एक पित्त प्रधान व्याधि है। इसमें स्थित हुए गर्भ को अर्थात गर्भाशय में गर्भ के स्थित हो जाने के बाद अर्थात वायबल हो जाने के बाद रक्त संस्रवात, रक्त के साथ गर्भ का नाश हो जाता है। वाग्भट्ट के अनुसार जात अग्नि तु यदा अनिलः जातम जातम सुतम हंति रौक्षद्यात् दुष्ट आर्तवोद भवम्। अकॉर्डिंग टू अष्टांग संग्रह एंड अष्टांग हृदय, इसे जातग्नि कहा गया है। ये भी एक वातज व्याधि है। इसमें भी जातम जातम सुतम हंति, इसमें जातम जातम सुतम हंति मतलब आफ्टर बर्थ जो फीटस होता है उसका ह्रास होता है और वो भी वायु के रुक्ष गुण के कारण होता है। यह वात प्रधान व्याधि है। दुष्ट आर्तवोद भवन, इसमें आर्तव जो होता है वो दुष्ट होता है। आर्तव से हम ओवम और फीमेल हार्मोन्स दोनों ले सकते हैं, तो इसमें हार्मोन इम्बैलेंस होते हैं और जो आर्तव है और जो शोणित है ओवम है वो इम्प्योर होता है। So according to Charak, when the vat is aggravated due to its Rauksh guna, it destroys each and every fetus produced from Dusht Shonit. The disease is known as Putragni. According to Shushruth, repeated pregnancy loss due to excessive blood loss by aggravated pitta. According to Vagbhat, it is said Jatagni and described as repeated perinatal loss due to aggravated Vat and Dushtarta. So it is related with the recurrent abortion. Sequence of 3 or more consecutive abortion spontaneously, not by the medical termination of pregnancy before 20 weeks of pregnancy is called recurrent abortion. It may be primary and secondary. Secondary are those cases which having pre-viable birth. Incidence, this is the distressing problem is affecting approximately 1% of all women of reproductive age. The risk increases with each successive abortion, reaching over 30% after 3 consecutive losses. Means risk is increases as the losses increases. What are the etiology? Etiology can be divided into first phase, that is first trimester, which is up to 12 weeks, and the second trimester is 13 to 20 weeks. In the first trimester, the factors are, first one is genetic factor, which is only 3 to 5% due to parental chromosomal abnormality. If any chromosomal abnormality is found both in male and female, so the fetus will not be survived and it will be aborted. Second one is endocrine and metabolic disorder. If there is any medical illness, just like poorly controlled diabetes, presence of thyroid autoantibodies, any autoimmune disorder, luteal phase defect, PCOS, so the pregnancy will not be continued and it can be aborted. In the autoimmune disorder, there are some antibodies are developed inside the body which rejected the fetus as they assume it as a foreign body. In luteal phase defect, the progesterone hormones level is very low in the body, so it cannot support the pregnancy. In PCOS, also there are elevated serum hormone level, insulin resistant, so the female hormones are very low in the body and they will not support the pregnancy. Infection, if there is any infection in the body, the fetus can be abort. The common infection is torch infection. It is a combination of some disease, TO for toxoplasma, R for rubella, C for cytomegalovirus, H for herpes virus. Inherited thrombophilia is responsible for both early and late miscarriage. Protein C resistant, natural anticoagulant. In thrombophilia, in the body there is tendency to make clot of the blood, so these clots inhibit the fetoplacental circulation, so the fetus may be abort. Protein C resistant, protein C is also a natural anticoagulant, so it cannot dilute the blood, and actually pregnancy is a hypercoagulable state, so there is inhibition in the fetoplacental circulation, and because improper blood perfusion, the fetus can be abort. Immunological causes, there are some antibodies found in the body like anti-nuclear antibodies, anti-DNA antibodies, anti-phospholipid antibodies like lupus anticoagulant, anti-cardiolipin antibodies, and anti-beta glycoprotein 1. These antibodies reject the fetus as they assume it like a foreign material, so they destroy the fetus and hence the repeated pregnancy loss is found. Second trimester, 13 to 28 weeks. In second trimester, there are two types of causes, congenital and acquired. Congenital can be anatomical defect, just like unicornate uterus, bicornate uterus, septate uterus, double uterus, and cervical incompetence. In these causes, the uterus cannot support the growing fetus, so it will be abort. Acquired causes, if there is intrauterine adhesions, uterine fibroid, endometriosis, cervical incompetence. So in these conditions also, the uterus cannot support the growing fetus and it may abort. Chronic maternal illness. In the maternal illness cases, just like uncontrolled diabetes, hemoglobinopathies, chronic renal disease, inflammatory bowel disease, systemic lupus erythematosus, infections, syphilis, toxoplasmosis, and any unexplained condition is also. What are the investigations we can be prescribed in these cases? First one is blood glucose, fasting and postprandial, VDRL, thyroid function test, ABO and RH grouping, both husband and wife, because there is also a case of RH incompatibility. Torch antibodies, IgG and IgM. Autoimmune screening of the antibodies like lupus anticoagulant and anticardiolipin antibodies. Serum luteinizing hormone on D2 or D3 of the cycle. Ultrasonography to detect any congenital malformation of uterus, polycystic ovaries, and uterine fibroid. Hysterosalpingography in the secretory phase to detect cervical incompetence, uterine synecdoche, and uterine malformation. Hysteroscopy and or laparoscopy, karyotyping of the husband and wife, endocervical swab to detect any infection like chlamydia, mycoplasma, and bacterial vaginosis. Treatment. In interconception period, means before the conception, we have to alleviate anxiety and to improve the psychology by counseling of the couple. Hysteroscopy, resection of uterine septa, synecdoche, and submucous myomas and uterine unification operation, that is metroplasty, in bicornuate uterus should be performed. If chromosomal abnormality is detected in the couple or in the abortus, genetic counseling is undertaken. Couple with chromosomal translocation of inversion are counseled for pre-implantation genetic diagnosis or prenatal diagnosis in subsequent pregnancies or pregnancy with donor gametes. Treatment of PCOS, control of diabetes, thyroid disorder, torch infection, and genital tract infection are treated appropriately. These treatment modalities should be done in the interconceptional period. During pregnancy, if pregnancy is stabilized, then reassurance and tender loving care, rest to avoid strenuous activities, intercourse, and traveling. Ultrasound should be used at the earliest to detect a viable pregnancy. If the fetus is viable ultrasonographically at 8 to 9 weeks, only 2 to 3% are lost thereafter. And similarly, fetal loss is only 1% after 16 weeks of viable fetus by appropriate treatment. So detection is most important thing. Luteal phase defect is treated with natural micronized progesterone 100 mg daily as vaginal suppository. It is started 2 days after ovulation. Once pregnancy is confirmed, progesterone supplementation is continued until 10 to 12 weeks of gestation. Because after that, placenta development is complete and placenta itself produces progesterone hormone. Antiphospholipid antibody syndrome is treated by low dose aspirin. Dose is 50 mg per day or 75 mg per day, and or heparin 5000 units subcutaneously twice daily up to 34 weeks, or prednisolone 40 to 60 mg per day. Intravenous immunoglobulins is also used. In inherited thrombophilias, injection heparin 5000 intrauterine in international unit subcutaneous twice daily, or low molecular weight heparin enoxaparin subcutaneously once daily is preferred. Is effective, is given up to 34 weeks. Cerclage operation for cervical incompetency is to be performed. Chromosomal anomaly can be diagnosed by prenatal diagnosis by CVS, choriovillus sampling, or amniocentesis. Pre-implantation genetic diagnosis in blastomere stage is another option. Only then the few balanced embryos are transferred to uterus. Medical complications like hemoglobinopathies, SLE, cyanotic heart disease, etc., it is advised to delay pregnancy until the disease is optimally treated. During pregnancy, specific management is continued. Unexplained cases, despite different investigation, about 40 to 60% of recurrent marriages remain unexplained. However, tender loving care and some supportive therapies improves the pregnancy outcome by 70%. What are the samprapti according to Ayurveda? Excessive intake of Ruksh Ahar Vihar leads to Vat Prakop. Due to Dusht Shodit and Dusht Artav, there is Khabagyun in these two, leads to Sthan Sanshray of Dosh, which leads to repeated Garbhanash, and it causes Putragni Yoni Vyapad. Samprapti Ghatak are Dosh are Roksha Gun of Apan Vayu, Apan and Vyan Vayu. Both Vayus are involved in this disease. Dosha is Garbh or Navjat Shishu स्रोतस आर्तवः स्रोतस, स्थान, गर्भाशय, स्रोतोदुष्टि, अति प्रवृत्ति, दोष विकृति, वृद्धि, साध्य असाध्यता, साध्य। आयुर्वेदिक चिकित्सा निदान परिवर्जन लाइक वात प्रकोपक आहार विहार एंड गर्भोत्घात प्रभाव शुड बी प्रिवेंटेड। रक्त योनि की चिकित्सा रक्त स्थापन के लिए चिकित्सा, काश्मरी एवं कुटच क्वाथ सिद्धघृत से उत्तर बस्ती, मृग अजह अवि वराह रक्त में अम्ल दही मधु सिद्धघृत से उत्तर बस्ती एवं पान, जीवनीय गण सिद्ध दुग्ध पान, इट इज गर्भ स्थापनार्थ चिकित्सा, फल घृत ओरल एंड इंटरनल यूज, उदावरता योनि की चिकित्सा दैट इज वातनाशक चिकित्सा। थैंक यू।